What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leos, you are second this week on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Hopefully you guys are familiar with the Heart's Desire reading. I've been doing them literally for, I guess, over a year now. Okay. Um, if not, we're going to start off with the Mystic Mondays deck. We're going to start off with one from the top, which is for your present energy, one from the bottom, which is for your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle. Okay, which is probably a multitude of energies for Leo. Whenever it takes me a long time to get the last card out, it's usually some mixed energy in, so welcome. Okay. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is. Okay. Usually, whenever I get a feeling of mixed energy, it's usually because of other placements. So you do have to share your energy sometimes, Leo, with another, like maybe sun sign or moon sign. Okay, so if you know your birth chart, by all means, it is helpful to you, but just be advised that you will have to share your energy from time to time. So that's why I always say take what resonates and pass the rest. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what your spread is looking like, Leos. So we have the Princess of Swords to start for your present energy. And then we have the King of Pentacles for your past energy. Okay. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay. Automatically, first thing I hear is like glass half empty, or glass half full. Okay. Type of vibe, and that's future energy there. Okay. With the usual Five of Cups, it's usually someone in a cloak looking at three cups that are turned down, but two are still up behind them. Okay, so you kind of get the drift of where that's going with this spread. Okay, so let's start with your present energy with this Princess of Swords. Okay, Princess of Swords is pretty much kind of like a minor arcana in this deck. Okay, the sword is bent. Okay, and there is some light beaming from it onto her hand. Okay, so with the Princess of Swords, I always feel like there's kind of like it's air energy for one, so Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, usually talking about some form of communication. Fire energy, wands, is more so dealing with movement. Okay, sometimes it can involve communication. It depends on how you read the cards. Nonetheless, sort now you would think that it would be the other way around, but you kind of have to think of what swords do. They create air. Air comes from our mouths, thus communication when it comes to swords. Okay, don't know why I feel like I have to explain that, but it's obviously for someone. Okay, nonetheless. Okay, communications. Okay, light communication, shedding a light on something presently. Okay, either someone is shedding a light on some communications with you, or you are kind of doing kind of like what I'm doing, kind of explaining and shedding a light on things that maybe other people never really thought of. But nonetheless, it's light communications because of it being only one sword. Okay, let's move on to the past with this King of Pentacles, okay? I always like seeing the King of Pentacles card come up in this deck because he's so debonair, okay, and dapper here with his suit and kind of like adjusting his cuffs and everything, okay? Very silver fox like, okay? But kind of in the middle of both of these. In the past, it could have been maybe you felt all together in a sense with this King of Pentacles, is usually feeling pretty stable and secure within your finances and possibly within yourself as far as feeling of value, okay? Or maybe you had someone that you kind of thought this about, okay, in your past, okay? And so maybe I'm getting this feeling of someone talking about their past, possibly in the present, and who you've dealt with in the past. Maybe you've dealt older or dated older in the past, and so maybe kind of touching on that in your present as far as the type of relationships you're used to, okay? I don't know why, but I just have that feeling that that's what's going on. But like I said, for others of you, and that could be a mass majority of you, for others of you, like I said, it could be yourself feeling like you were here in this standpoint and maybe feeling or trying to get to this point, kind of like a in between, if you will, of trying to get yourself back into this King of Pentacles, okay? Nonetheless, let's move on to future, okay? Like I said, 5 of Cups. If I turn it this way, 2 cups are down, 3 are, 2 are up, 3 are down. If I turn it this way, okay, 3 are up and 2 are down, okay? So it just depends on, you know, kind of that optical illusion type vibe, okay? But nonetheless, like I said, whenever 5 of Cups comes up, it feels more so kind of like disappointment, if you will, because Cups are dealing with emotions. So you're obviously, something is going to kind of disappoint you in a sense, okay? And maybe it could have to be some form of a sacrifice that's having to be made, or someone makes a decision that you weren't anticipating, okay? So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall outcome. And it's another 5, okay? 5 of Swords, okay? 5 of Swords energy, okay? For the overall outcome. Now, 5s denote change, okay? Change coming or already has occurred, okay? So you got double 5s here. And then if we add this Princess of Swords, you can kind of say 6 of Swords, which is like taking a step back and doing some type of reevaluation, and maybe pressing on and moving forward, okay? So 5 of Swords here with the Mystic Mondays, you have 1 sword kind of standing up at attention, and then you have the other 4 kind of laying down, aiming towards that 1 sword. Now, usually regular writers wait. 5 of Swords is usually showing someone holding a certain amount of swords. 2 swords are usually on the ground, and so some form of defeat, if you will, okay? And so you have disappointment and then you have defeat, okay? So it could be a sense of you defeating something, okay, or overcoming this disappointment, okay? What it is, it feels kind of hidden in a sense, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the clarifiers. Again, there is 2 more readings this week, so more usually unveils as we get into the rest of the week, okay? So we're gonna go 1 from the top for the Princess of Swords present energy, 1 from the bottom for the past energy, King of Pentacles, and then 1 energetically from the middle for the 5 of Cups. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to clarify this 5 of Swords overall energy, okay? So let's see what we have for your clarifiers. We have the Page of Inspiration, which is the Page of Wands. We then have the Ace of Emotions for the King of Pentacles, okay, which would be Ace of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Inspiration, which would be the Queen of Wands for the Five of Cups, okay. So I like what I'm seeing here with this Five of Cups with this Queen of Inspiration. Like I said, kind of getting over the disappointment, okay. So let's start off with this present energy. Like I said, this Princess of Swords with the Page of Inspiration, okay. Page of Inspiration, Page of Wands, meaning one wand, okay. Presently starting over, okay, is what that Page of Wands usually means to me, okay, paired with this Princess of Swords, coming to that realization, okay. So kind of, I love how her hair is like rainbow colored. You have this black cat, and then this kind of cloud of colors, kind of floating above her hair, with her hair kind of flowing up into the air as well, okay. There's actually two black cats, okay. So someone, I don't know, may own cats or is a cat person. She's kind of dressed in a black leotard and stretching in the desert with these two cats around her, okay. And most people like to say that black cats crossing your path is bad luck, but it's not necessarily. It could be, it's one of those omens, if you will, but they actually do bring good luck in most scenarios, okay. Nonetheless, I feel like with this Page of Wands, you're in the position to, like, again, kind of start anew, okay. So kind of wiping the slate clean in a sense, and just primarily focusing on speaking truth to yourself and figuring out what it is that you want to create, okay, in a sense of maybe your life in general, okay. So that's where I feel like you guys are presently, okay, Leos. Is starting over. Past energy, like I said, King of Pentacles with this Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups, okay. I believe in the past, like I said, for some of you, it's not going to be for everyone, okay. It is possible that you felt on top of the world, okay, in the sense of maybe a connection with this Ace of Cups being here, because Ace of Cups is, an overabundance of love, okay. Maybe a love of your career or a person, okay. And so presently, it's like you're starting over, okay. So something obviously happened in the past in regards to this King of Pentacles, okay. Like I said, either you were once here and then kind of things fell, okay, somehow. Maybe you fell out of love with the past you, okay. Maybe some form of arrogance may have been there, okay, kind of over indulgence, if you will, a little bit of greed may have been plaguing you in the past, okay. Not trying to pick on Leos at all. I never pick on a sign, I just describe traits. So, Leos do have a tendency of kind of being high on their horse sometimes, okay, or lion, if you will. But, some of you have, a reason to be that way because, you do back it up, most of the time, okay. But sometimes, you do have a form of arrogance that can be a little bit off-putting, okay. So, nonetheless, I feel like that could have been the situation in the past for some of you. And like I said, for others, it could have been a relationship that was really, had the possibility to flourish, but there could have been some things that were different between the two of you that just didn't make it work, where you're now in this starting over phase. Okay, so let's move on to the future placement. Okay, which is, like I said, Queen of Wands with the Five of Cups. Okay, disappointment comes, however, you handle it very well with this Queen of Inspiration. Okay, you think quickly on your feet. You don't let it, really bring you down. It's a sense of, again, a learning moment. Okay, something you will learn from. Okay, and again, there's the saying of there's no use crying over spilled milk. Okay, um, you just clean it up and keep it moving. Okay, so again, with Five of Cups, you see three are down, but two are still up, meaning you still have an opportunity somewhere. Okay, so pick yourself up, Leos, when that time comes, if it has not already. Okay, and learn from it, make some adjustments, and try not to think so much about being defeated. Like I said, you could have options elsewhere. It's just the point of being patient. Okay, kind of the same advice given in the Libra reading as well before you. Now, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck to clarify this Five of Swords, which is the Page of Materials. The Empress is up underneath. Okay, and so Page of Materials would be Page of Pentacles within the Muse, clarifying this Five of Swords. Okay, so it could be defeat in finances. Okay, Pentacles is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, and so you may have to start over. All right, there could have been a financial loss of some sort. Okay, the Empress underneath is kind of like the counterpart to the Emperor. Okay, and so you do have that ability to get back there. It could also be in regards to a person. Okay, trying to get back to them. Okay, but I do feel like, I don't know why, but there is kind of this sense of a hit in finances and having to start over. Okay, or having to save for something. Maybe you were close to achieving some type of goal, and then maybe something, an unexpected expense occurred, that kind of hits your pockets a little bit. Okay, but it's something that couldn't be avoided. Okay, so pick yourself up and just get back to it. Okay, we're gonna get into this Heart's Oracle for you guys to get the final decision or what's to come. Okay, and I just shuffle by threes and then we cut. I'm gonna just shuffle one more time. I probably shuffled by four, but that's okay. And then we'll refer to the book for your message. So by threes, I like this deck because of the fact that it comes with affirmations within the book that are very helpful. And at the bottom, we have choose your battles. Okay, choose your battles. Number 7. Okay, we see 3 different bust statuettes here, different colors on all of them. You have green, looks like orange, and then blue, and then a person kind of standing looking at all of them. Okay, they all have different features, facial features. Okay, and 7 speaks to me about inner strength. Okay, and so you have to, that saying, pick and choose. You have to pick and choose your battles. Some things are not meant to be fought, other things are meant to go by. Okay, The colors in here kind of are reminiscent to the chakras in regards to orange is your soul, your sacral, and then you have green for your heart space, and then you have this blue over here, which is throat chakra. Okay, and I would pretty much assume working on those, Leos, in regards to your heart space. Of course, this is your heart's desire reading. Really focusing on what it is that you truly desire. Your while staying true to your sacral, your inner child, okay? And then speaking your truth, okay? Thus, the Princess of Swords in this double sword energy that is throughout your reading, okay? So let's go into the book so we can kind of dive a little bit deeper here. So 149. Okay. Now this one does not have an affirmation, but you do have believe and succeed underneath, dropping down to 6. Okay. So moving forward, okay, believing in yourself so that way you can succeed. Okay. Your keywords for choose your battles, number 7, is conviction, resistance, defense, and evaluate. As much as you'd like all of your relationships to be harmonious, this is not always the case. Beliefs and opinions clash, and each person struggles to validate his or her position. Sometimes it's important to take a stand and assert your convictions. However, this attitude may be misread as aggression, and the other person may push back. Okay? You then feel the need to justify yourself. Okay? It becomes a cycle of confronting and defending, which can be exhausting and damaging to the relationship. Are you currently engaged in conflicts with others or even with yourself? If so, it's time to evaluate your situation. If you believe strongly in your position and know that the outcome will serve everyone's highest good, stand your ground. If being the victor is truly not worth the discord, consider letting it go. Don't allow the desire to win prolong a battle that is unnecessary. Okay, Leos? I swear, I'm not trying to pick on you, okay? I really am not. But y'all have a tendency of doing this, okay? Y'all do have a tendency of doing this, okay? It is a Leo trait, especially when you all feel as though y'all are right all the time, okay? Sometimes you are, okay? And sometimes not so much, okay? But is it worth it? In the end, is it truly worth it? Okay. So that's why, like I said, with this card and the different colors in here, stay true to who you are as a person. Acknowledge what your heart truly wants and then speak your truth. Okay. But speak with, compassion if you are right. And like it said, it benefits everyone's highest good, then speak with conviction, okay, and stand your ground. But you have to know when to pick and choose your battles. What is more important, being right or love, okay, understanding or prevailing, okay, over someone, okay. And sometimes that is also another tendency in regards to seeking some form of control, okay, and being the one with all the wisdom. Sometimes you can't, okay. Other people's opinions matter just as much as yours, okay. So you have to know when to pick and choose your battles, okay. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the power of surrender so we can wrap up your reading. This is your final message of support. This deck has the messages directly on them, so there is no book that goes with it. I kind of like these cards. They're pretty straight to the point. And we'll do by threes again, and then refer to the bottom of the deck after we cut by threes. And, you know, picking and choosing your battles, and like it was stating, as far as, you know, communications and knowing, you know, when to fold and when to, you know, stay fast. It also causes the other person to kind of act in the same way, where they feel like they have to defend themselves too. Okay. Me personally, if someone's on 1,000, I'm not going to meet you at 1,000. I'm going to stay level as much as I possibly can, because I can't afford to be getting high blood pressure because of you. Okay, not you per se, but I'm just saying. Okay, I don't have time for it. So if you need to cool off, go to a corner, whatever it is that you need to do to calm down and meet me at my level. I'm not going to meet you at yours, because I don't have time for that. Okay, that's not worth my energy. Okay. Like I said, if you need help with dealing with conflicts and disagreements and things like that in a positive sense, to where you're not so defensive, definitely look into the All Right oil that I have, meditation oil that I have, that has green aventurine in it. Okay. That's for empathy, and that is so that way you can have the ability to deal with things in a more positive way as far as conflicts are concerned. Okay, or learn how to just walk away sometimes. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck is sorry, surrender stubbornness. Okay, surrender stubbornness. Now, I'm a Taurus. Okay, and I'm very stubborn. Okay, I can be very stubborn. It depends. Okay, I believe I have some Leo in my chart. Okay, I think I have Leo in my chart somewhere. But y'all, I will have to say, when it comes to stubbornness, are probably higher off than Taurus, but that's just me. Now, if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay? If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So surrender to that stubbornness, Leos. Okay? Now, you could have some Taurus in your chart, and that might be why you're stubborn. Okay? I don't mind saying that too. Okay? But check your birth chart. Okay? So, Leos, that is all that I have for you guys this evening. We do have 2 more readings this week. So, until then, peace.